The topic this week is time management essentials. There's two things that came up this week that I think are essential to managing your time that I don't really think people think about. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I also am going to walk you through how we plan our calls every month in my program, Organized Life Academy. We have a call at the beginning of every month and we plan out how we're going to spend our time. So we'll walk through that, but then I'm really going to focus in on the two key time management essentials. Are you ready to work less, feel more organized and productive, streamline repetitive tasks, and implement systems that allow your coaching business to run smoothly even without you? If so, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Organized Coach Podcast, your go-to source for practical tips and solutions. I'm your host, Tracy Hoth, professional organizer, certified life coach, simplifying expert, and most of all, down-to-earth fellow coach just like you. No matter if you think you're missing the organizing gene, have ADHD, or just love anything organizing, I'm here to help you become an organized coach with a business that works for you. Pull up a seat and let's get started. Hello, this is Tracy Hoth, and we are going to talk about time management today. But I did want to say, I always think I want to know something personal. So when I try to think of something to tell you, I'm wondering what I should say. So I am having two really good friends come in town for the Life Coach School Mastermind. We watch it on television or on the internet, and I've been getting ready, but it's not really about that, but there's just time, probably 2 times a year, where I just get in the mood and buy some things that I've just avoided buying. So one of the things that I am getting, and I'm really looking forward to it, is a weight rack to put dumbbells on. So we've always had dumbbells. I've done a lot of workouts in my basement using the dumbbells, but they've always just been sitting on the floor, and we have a lot of them. So just on the fly, I went on and ordered this dumbbell rack, and so I'm super excited. But as I'm sitting here, my arms and my shoulders are just dead. So I have been doing Caroline Gervin. She is a YouTuber, and she has lots of workouts online, and I've heard about her from 2 different people a couple weeks ago, and so I have been doing her Iron Series workout. So if you're looking for something to do, it's free. You just get some dumbbells and work out, and it is hardcore every day. And I've been lifting pretty hard. Every day I'm sore. And so I've been trying to think, you know how you don't, I just have always had in my head, I do not like working out. I would rather not work out, but I'm trying to change my narrative around working out and trying to think about it differently. And this is going to all tie in to what we're talking about today. But as I've been lifting, now that I'm intentionally trying to think differently about it, one of the things I notice, especially if I lift in the morning, my muscles are just tingling, like, I don't know, vibrating. Maybe it's the pulsing of the blood running through them. I don't know what it is. I am trying to think about that feeling in my body and like it, like think about it as an advantage. So all that to say, I am like, my shoulders keep going up and I just keep having to relax them because today the workout was all around our shoulders, and my shoulders are tingling and my arms are dead. So I'm like, I like this feeling. This feels good. I'm trying to believe that. Okay. We're going to talk about time management. And this came up in my Organized Life Academy because we were on our planning call. So every month we have a call scheduled that I lead, and we talk about, or we plan our month, and we use my organizing steps. Now, if you've listened to that episode, just as a review, the organizing steps spell the acronym SPASM, because I picture our stuff, our home, anytime you have a muscle spasm, that it's just having that reaction to having so much stuff or having so much go on. And so it just helps me remember I've always had it. It's kind of silly, but it works. It literally works for every single thing. And so it works for planning our time. So we go through the steps. The first step is to sort, and we sort things out onto paper. You can type them on a doc. You can put them wherever you want, but we're getting them out of our head. Every single thing that we want to do, that we are thinking about, that we need to do, and it's just lingering in our head, we take all that out and we put it on paper. Now, when I'm doing this process, I like to sort into categories because that just helps keep it clear on the paper when I look at it and move to the next step. But my categories usually are in my business. I sort into my different programs that I have and a general thing and like a general category of just to-dos or a funnel I'm working on. Like I'll sort into those categories. It's so helpful for me to see. And then personal, I like to sort by computer or phone calls or errands or general to do. So things that I need to do, but that fit into those categories. So then when I'm out and I have time or I'm blocking off time for a certain category, I can get it all done and have it all in one place. So first step to sort. Second step to purge. We're going to go back through each one of those categories, each one of those sections of our list of things, and we're going to purge. So when we purge, there's a couple things to think about. The first thing is I like to use the favorites method. So if there is something on that list, priority wise, that you need to get done, that it is your favorite in a way, that you want to have to choose to get it done and there's a deadline, you would circle that. If there's something you love doing, you would circle that. Then, is there anything you can delay that you just absolutely know this month you're not going to have time to do? Is there anything you could delete? It's been on your list for a year and you still haven't done it. Why not just take it off of there? And then, is there anything you can do to delegate? Can you delegate any of these things? Can you hire them out? Can you tell your kids? Can you ask your spouse to do it? Is there anything you can delegate? Okay, so now you have the things that you are choosing to do this month. If you're choosing to delay them and do them next month, put a little appointment on the first of the next month in your calendar and put them in there. If you don't use a digital calendar, get a sticky note, write those on it and put it on the next month so that when you get there, you will see those things that you've delayed. And then you don't worry, like you don't have to have them in front of you. You know that they're there waiting for you. Okay, then the next step is to assign homes. So SPA, sort, purge, assign homes. Assigning homes when we're thinking about time is assigning it to a home on your calendar. And the fourth step is to set limits. The setting limits part is the time that you allow on your calendar. So you're going to make an appointment and you're going to assign the home and set the limit of 2 hours or however much time it's going to take you to do that. So that's how we plan our calendar. And then the fifth step is to maintain. So that is where we go back through. And I like, if you're just brand new at this, to do this daily or nightly or at the end of your workday. You're going to go back through your time and make sure the next day is planned the way you want it. If there's things on your to-do list that aren't on the calendar, you're going to put them on you're going to plan out the next day that you're working. And this is what I'm really practicing. I'm practicing having a master to-do list, and I've just moved it completely digital. And as I work on that, I'll eventually share it with you as I, make sure it's the way I think is the most useful. But I'm putting everything on that master to-do list, and then I'm planning one day at a time. And there's times like at the beginning of the month when I'm planning my month that I know I have to make content for the next month. I'll put that on a day because I know I have to do that and I want to do it closer to the end of the month. And I'll look at my calendar and make sure that's on there. So there's certain things that I do put on the month, but then little to-dos, I might just block off time the next day to work on the computer or work on a certain project, and I'll have the list in my master list and then go back to that. So everyone kind of has their own structure. And what I like to encourage people to do in Organized Life Academy, or when I'm teaching someone about time management, is to test. Let's test what works for you. Let's decide the beginning of this month, we're going to test if we want to plan a whole week at a time. And so we'll plan the whole week at a time. Or someone else might be testing that they're going to plan one day at a time. Someone else might be testing that they're going to plan adding their fun things, their time-wasting things first, and then putting the other things in second. So it's all just us testing to see what works for us, committing to testing it for the month. And that's why I love Organized Life Academy, where we're in there committed to for a whole year. And then we're able to plan every single month and really get it done. And what everyone says in there is that when they have, at the end of the month, we can evaluate the previous month, and they look and they think, I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, or I didn't do this project or focus on the declutter challenge that like I wanted to. And I'll always ask them, why? What happened? What was it? Did you not plan, or did you not follow your plan? Typically, it's that they didn't plan. They didn't have it written on their calendar. They didn't go back to their plan or their calendar after planning it at the beginning of the month. So the maintenance part wasn't there because they didn't go back to maintain it on a regular basis to make sure that their time was planned well. This month, when we were doing this, after we planned our month, I asked, you have your month planned. We've went through the organizing steps. What are you thinking? And the first person that shared said, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. I don't know. I don't know if I can do all this. It's so much. And I thought, oh my goodness, have I forgotten that this is key? This is one essential thing in managing and organizing your time. And that is, once it's organized, to go back and look at it and see what your thought is about it. What is your story about your time and how you planned it? What is your story about yourself and how you accomplish things and get things done? So we all took a minute just to think about that. What is our story? Here's where the struggle comes. I'm terrible at doing what I say. I haven't accomplished things that I've put on my calendar for as long as I can remember. I can't do all this. There's not enough time to get this done. If those are your stories, that's what you're going to create, right? If you're thinking that and you're feeling overwhelmed or discouraged, or what is the emotion that you would be feeling if you were thinking that? I can't do all this. This is too much. I'm terrible at doing what I say or what I schedule. Defeated. You'd feel defeated before you even started. Of course, that is what you're going to create. So we had to stop and we had to think about, what is it that we want to believe? Or what is going to be our narrative about our plan for the month? What's our narrative and our self-talk about what we plan and how we execute on our plan? So we brainstormed some ideas. We all kind of thought of some ideas that we think would be better than what we had thought initially. And then as I read a couple of these thoughts, I want you to see what happens to your body as you think them. And you say them in your head. What happens in your body? Because it was really interesting for me. I noticed as I was thinking through, listening to people and writing down some of my own ideas, one sentence literally made my shoulders drop. It made me relax. It just gave me this sense of, it's going to work. Like, I am going to do this. This plan is perfect. So as you listen to me read them and even take a moment and say them yourself, I want you to tune in to how it feels. Okay, first one. I get done what I plan. I have a plan to test this month. I have the time to do what needs to be done. I love knowing I have a destination in my GPS. You could have other thoughts, and maybe you think of some things that you would look at your plan and that would make you feel committed, confident, at peace, motivated. What is this emotion that you want to feel as you look at your plan? But I loved the thought, I get done what I plan. So I look at the plan that I have for tomorrow or for today, and I think, I get done what I planned. Let's go. Let's get to it. I'm going to plan this and I'm going to get done. And I also think about the future person when I'm planning. Like, can that person get done what I plan? Because I want her to be able to think, I get done what I plan. So it kind of motivates me on both sides of it. When I'm planning to be kind and responsible, realistic in what I plan so that that person can think, I did what I planned. I did it. I get done what I planned. I love that. But I also do like the thought that if you're not that great about executing and you have this story about yourself that you're not an executor of your plan, or you always get distracted, or all of those kinds of thoughts, I love knowing I have a destination in my GPS. So we have made a plan, and knowing that you have that inputted is so good, because when you get in the car and you put the destination in your GPS, you know you're headed in the right place. Even if a detour comes up and maybe it wasn't on your maps and it didn't show up, you know that you can follow the detour around and get back on the plan. And so that one too, if you have a really strong story, I think that could be powerful playing with that. I love knowing that I have a destination in my GPS. So the first essential thing is to, once you plan, to look at what you're thinking about your plan and have a really grounded thought to motivate you to feel peace about what you have planned. And then write that on your plan. Write it at the top of your calendar. Print it on your each appointment every single day, and every appointment if you need to make sure, like, you look at the next step, record this podcast, and at the top of it, it says, I get done what I plan. I'm going to see that and I think, oh my gosh, that's right. That's what I believe. I'm going to get done what I plan, and I'm going to start recording. Okay, the second thing is that I asked them to think about is, what's one thing that will most likely happen this month to keep you from following your plan? And I thought it was interesting because the first thing I always think about is you're not going to feel like it. You're going to see that and you're going to be like, I don't feel like it. You're going to, even thinking about this podcast, had a load of clothes in and I was like, oh, I need to switch those clothes. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I should run those towels down and put them away. Oh, and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm procrastinating because I didn't have the outline really mapped out yet. And so it kept me from doing it. So I might not feel like it. I might procrastinate. I might not be prepared. I mean, all of those things. But you know what the first person that answered said? The thing that would keep her, most likely happen to keep her from following her plan, she said, wasting time. Which kind of is procrastinating, I guess, but wasting time. So initially, my thought was, oh yeah, we just forgot to write in when we're going to waste time. Because if we scheduled the fun times, the breaks where we could waste some time, then when we got to our appointment, we could think, oh, wait, I'm wasting time at 4 p.m., not at 1:30. I have to do this because I get done what I plan. And then at 4, I've already scheduled in wasting time. I just thought that would be such a cool thing to test this month, Do we have fun planned in? Do we have wasting time planned in? Let's do that. And you might not want to call it wasting time, but what if you did? I think it could be really helpful when you notice that you're wasting time, that you think, oh yeah, I have that scheduled in at 4. Let me just hurry up and get this done so I can be ready to waste some time at 4. Okay, so you have the 5 steps to organizing your time: sort, purge, assign homes, set limits, and then maintain. What are you going to test this month? And then the 2 essential things. Once you have a plan, what is your story about it? What are you thinking about your plan? And then what is the most likely thing that will happen that will keep you from following your plan? We kind of talked about wasting time. Make sure you plan it in. But the real question is, how will you overcome that? How will you handle that when it comes up? So to have that thought through, to have that, have a solution already thought about and maybe even planned out. Like, what is going to happen? You're going to stand up, you're going to walk down the hallway, you're going to put a roller of essential oil on your hand and take 3 deep breaths. And then you're going to come back to your calendar. You're going to read your grounding thought that I get done what I plan. And then you're going to sit down and do it. Like, maybe that's your plan if you find yourself distracted. If that's something that's going to keep you from following your plan. Okay, I hope this was helpful. It went longer than I thought it was going to. So go plan your time. Get it all out of your head. That's step 1. Go through the organizing steps to plan out your time, and just take one day at a time to begin with. Plan out tomorrow. Plan out when you're going to waste your time, and then look at your plan and decide on purpose how you want to think about it. Okay, you guys have an amazing day. If you want to be a part of Organized Life Academy, I will be opening up enrollment I'll probably be launching for 2025 next month in October. So be listening to that. Get on my email list if you want to join Organized Life Academy, because that's where we organize our life and our home. And next year, I cannot wait. I got so excited. We are going to be talking about organizing our routines. And as I'm brainstorming these, so good routines that are going to change how you live your life. They're going to help you 100% live the life that you want to. And send me a DM. Maybe I'll put a question on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Tracy Hoth, and I'll put a question up there, or DM me in there if there's a routine that you want me to focus on. So we're going to be working each month on a routine and practicing it each month, routines that are essential in our life. And I've already thought of several, and I think they're ones you wouldn't even know would help you create the life that you want. So keep listening for more information on that. Talk to you next week. Wait, if you're finding this podcast useful, you must check out the Organized Coach Academy. It's my course where I walk you through every step to get your business organized, to get yourself organized, to save money and time, to prepare to hire someone, to do all the things that you want to do in your business with ease. Check that out at simplysquaredaway.com/OCA. Also, I'm sure you've heard this a million times, but I would love it. It's my way of knowing that you're enjoying the podcast if you leave a written review. I have lots of freebies for you. They're linked in the show notes. You can find them in my bio on Instagram at Tracy Hoth. And until next week, have a beautiful day.